Hey everybody, it's Millie with Crafting in My PJs. How are y'all today? I want to talk about, the kids have gone back to school. So I want to talk about what do we do with all these papers that are coming back from school right now. I had 3 children and there's 3 years between the oldest and the youngest. And so I had 3 sets of paperwork coming home every day. And what do I do with it? So at first it all just went into a Rubbermaid container. And then I took a very long time and I sorted them all out. And so it was, Melissa and James and Aaron, or Melissa, James, and Aaron, one or the other. And I kept the paper sorted that way, but that really wasn't a solution. So then I started taking their papers, and this took me a long time too. I went through all of the boxes. I got some really big binders, like big in this way, and I had multiple ones. And I started putting their things in sheet protectors, just like that, in chronological order. And now I've done the same thing with the grandparent items that Jim and I get. And that worked for a while, but then I decided that I really wanted to give the kids all their stuff, and if I gave them this big Rubbermaid container, chances are they were going to take it and they were going to literally throw it in the trash can. So I had to come up with something else. So let me show you what I came up with. Okay, so these are about to be given to the kids this year for Christmas. This will be one of their gifts. And each one has a big box like this, and the 2 girls have a smaller box. And the smaller box holds those items that were too big to fit in the albums that I made for them. Now, this could not be something that was extremely artistic or took a long time, because then I would never finish them. My kids are all in their 30s right now and they're just getting them now. So I decided, hold on, I got to open it up and the kid sideways. So I decided that I would make these albums for them, and they're actually 2 albums, 12 by 12 scrapbook albums that covers their entire school career, and they fit in these boxes perfectly. The reason the ribbon is here is so that you can lift the album out of the box. And there's the second one with a lift. So let me show you just a sampling, because this really isn't what this video is about. All right, so let's see if I can see. Oh, this is high school. Oh, I guess I'll put them that way. So I want you to notice that there are no matching pages. I just went along and I just glued their stuff to a page, to a scrapbook paper. And then as time came, I did go in and add in a photo and maybe a topper for that grade that year. Whatever I found, photos if I had them. And then I did come back, and there were some things like this my daughter made herself. And so then I just took it and used it in here. And that was it. And this is all of 8th grade and high school. And then the other one is her elementary years. So before Christmas, I will finalize. I will make sure that everything that I can put in here is in here. But there is no real rhyme or reason. I wanted it to be simple. On the elementary books, which were done first, I did get a little bit more cutesy, but not really. Those are still pages that have to go in. And then I took from other photo albums that I had already made and just repurposed them in here. So these are a little bit more old-time scrapbooky, but that's mainly because, like I said, they were already done. And then I just added in what I was missing. And I might have jotted a word here and there to explain something, but that wasn't like the necessary part of it. The reason why the scrapbook papers don't match is that I can keep adding things into these books as I find them in the pockets and pockets of stuff. I still, you know, have to, as a parent, you seem to hold on to. All right, so to put that on the side, so other than sticking your child's stuff in a Rubbermaid container or on top of the refrigerator or in the trash can, or as I saw one of my children do, they, the youngest one, she scotch tapes it to a wall, and then it falls off the wall, and then it gets trampled on, you know. I found these on Temu, and I am a pro Temu person, so I ended up buying, I think, 3 sets of these. There might be 4, I'm not sure, for the kids for Christmas for their own children. And it is the frames that are already made. This one's bent. No, that's the way it goes. Frames already made, and I'm not going to open it, but basically you open this up and you, oh, I put the paper away already. You can put their artwork right here, but then, or their paperwork right here, but then behind it you can store all of the things that come in. So new page comes in, you put it in front, take the top page, put it in the back. You can keep things in order that way. Or, you know, I don't know, gives you some place to put it. These are less than $10 without tax. Right at the $10 mark, like $8 and something, $9, whatever. But a friend of mine challenged me to make something similar using Dollar Tree supplies. And I don't know why I would. I've already got those, but let's give it a shot here. All right, so the first thing, if you're going to replicate this, oh, by the way, I know Michaels sells these. I know Hobby Lobby probably sells these. And with Michaels, of course, you can get the 40% off coupon. And I guess with Hobby Lobby, you could wait until until that department's on sale, and you can put it together. But if you're looking to put this together yourself, what's the first thing you need? First thing you need are 2 frames. Now, finding an 8x10, well, you know, pages are 8.5 by 11, and a lot of this stuff is coming, that the kids are bringing home are coming at that. The inside of this is 9.5 by 7.5. So most pages you can trim, and there might be some that fit behind this frame here. Most of that you can fit it to the frame. You can trim off edges and fold back or whatever. So the first thing, so this might work, it might be fine. So the first thing you need though are 2 large frames, and you might have large frames in, I love when the glare. Large frames in your stack of maybe extra frames you have laying around. You might not even need to buy anything. So 2 large frames that are fairly square, nothing fancy. So no curves, none of that. You want everything to fit together, flush, like that. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing, as large as you can. So as large as you can, flush. And then we have to have a way to put these together so that they open like a door. They're hinged. So I have two things, and I'm going to try them out with you. I have plain old-fashioned black electrical tape. Do you think that's strong enough to hold this together, these two? I don't know. The second thing I have are some little hinges I bought from Amazon. They actually look really rusty. Oh, they are. They're not. I guess they just give that off. So I do have these little, now, I had to buy hinges, and I bought way more hinges than I needed. That bothers me because definitely, you know, we're not rocking this, under $10 thing by doing that. But that's okay. Like me, you might have multiple children that you're making this for. All right, so I'm trying to see. So it would go like this. So the little bumpy part of the hinge sticks out. Will that go into this plastic? I don't know. I'm going to try. Or is it just as easy to glue it with E6000? I don't know. All right, so the back frame, you really don't need the glass. You could leave the glass if you want, but you don't really need it. You just need a sturdy piece of cardboard. And then the other thing is, what it comes with, I might leave the glass in there just for sturdiness, but the glass is going to take up room, and if you're putting a year's worth of papers, that might be a problem. This little hinge right here, this little hook, it really needs to go on the top. It needs to hang this way, because most of it needs to hang horizontal, not landscape, because that's not hard, it's just Scotch taped in. Most of the papers that come from school are going to be, most of them are going to be in portrait form, not landscape form. Okay, so if we just bend that back, you think, to fit through the slit. There we go. And so all I need to do now is make a slit right here in the center so that I can slide this through, and then re-Scotch tape it. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, so now our big thing is to see whether or not, number one, the electrical tape holds them together. And if it does not hold them together, then we will switch over to the hinges. So I'm going to get started on that right now, and I will show you pieces of what I do. Okay, kind of a drum roll, please. And did I put it on? I did put it on the wrong side. Sorry, I can turn that. Oh, this does work. Okay. Black electrical tape holds fine. Just to add in a caveat, I put this in upside down, but listen, we're going to take, I took this off of the backing that was on the first frame. And I have decided that I am going to put that sucker back here in its original slot, so you have two ways of hanging this. So if the kids come home with a piece of schoolwork that is horizontal, you can put the horizontal. All right, we had turned it around. All right, there we go. All right, so we have it hinged. That's pretty cool. And there it is. All right, and you can put this piece back in if you like, but remember that your materials, your I'm going to have to get one of the papers out, that the grandparent papers. Your materials are going to be right there, but just to make it look pretty at this point, we're going to put that there. Now we need a way. There's two more things to do. We need a way, number one, to hold our papers in the back. Is that absolutely necessary? I don't think so. But could you do that just on this cardboard? I could also staple before I put the tape on. Let's see about that. There we go. I kind of like that because I feel like it's really stable. And then we're going to cover up those staples with the tape. All right. And there are like a couple of pieces in there. You could cover that up as well. All right, so you have that. That's okay. So black beads, which I probably already had, because I've done so many projects with these, and I really just need a simple way to make sure that when it's up on the wall, it's not going to open up. So I thought about just gluing a bead right here, and then gluing another ponytail holder, and using it as an attachment. So let me heat up my glue gun, let me get my E6000 going, and I will come back and we'll see how that works. And I'm going to switch the back around too. All right, there you go. All right, push all of this mess to the side. First off, I tried to use super glue instead of the E6000. Big mistake. I have super glue, drippage everywhere. I am not a super glue girl. Okay, I obviously cannot do that. I did have to fold down, and I'm going to open it up and show you. So far, my hinge is working fine. I did some stapling on the back. So what I did was I ended up taking the glass out. Let's open it up. This would be the papers, and I don't even know if you really need this. You just slip them in the back, you close it, and you latch it, and that's it. But since we already had them there, I wanted to go ahead and show you this. I did staple them at the ponytail holders at the edges right here. So to keep them open, took the glass out. I forgot why, but it worked well that way. I stapled a ponytail holder right here, and then I put some black tape over it to just hide it. But I definitely would probably E6000 that underneath just to give it some security. I E6000 the black bead right here, and so this is my closure. I'm almost afraid, because things aren't dry, I'm almost afraid to, oh, it worked. Okay, I was afraid because it wasn't really dry. Now it's kind of crooked. That's okay. That's okay. And there you go, except for this that I have to fix. And honestly, what I could do, if I can't get this super glue off of here, I can put a label right here that has Ellie's name or the school year or something like that. And there you go. So instead of paying $20 or $40 at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, instead of paying $10 at Temu for, well, it depends. If you have beads, if you have ponytail holders, and if you have electrical tape, it's a whopping $2.50. And then add on if you have to get some ponytail holders, which you can use in your hair after, so I don't count that. And beads, I'm pretty sure a bead or a button or anything you have around your house would hold that close. But isn't that adorable? I am like super thrilled. This turned out to be a really nice gift, a really nice gift. It could be a gift. It could be just a craft project for you to do. so that if you're like me and you get some Mother's Day stuff, or Grandparents' Day, or whatever. I'm going to leave you with one last piece of advice. As you get all of these beautiful pieces in from your grandchildren or your children, make sure that you write the dates on the back. Now, some of this one that you see, my daughter-in-law does that. So there is a date on there. I can show you on the Father's Day one. Oh, nope, not down there. Oh, this one doesn't have a date. It does have his name on the back. And by putting the papers in, you do have to, in the Dollar Tree frames, you do have to fold them. Again, I do not think you really need the ponytail holders. I really think they could just slip right in, just like that. And they're going to stay because you're closing it up. Now you might have to empty it out. I don't know. All right, what an awesome little craft, guys. Thanks for joining me. I didn't say it earlier, but if you like these kinds of videos, please consider giving us a thumbs up. I appreciate it, which is a like, and subscribing to the channel. That would be awesome. All right, thanks, and I'll see you on the next video.